Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we're trying to look at the positive side of things for cruising. And we're looking for the good signs, but there's one sign that still kind of says, yeah, no to cruising right now. So first off, many have pointed out now that out of 64 ships currently registered in the United States to look for starting to sail cruising and everything, 63 of them are now green. That's right. Almost, other than one ship, only one ship. Every other ship is ready to set sail. They've completed the CDC's requirement for crew embarkations, the no COVID on board, all those restrictions that they put up in place. They are all green on every single ship except one. 63 ships. So now you ask yourself, well, okay, great. So where's the test cruising? Why haven't I been contacted by Royal Caribbean to do a test cruise? I signed up for it. Why haven't we heard about a single test cruise? Why are the cruise lines taking so long? Well, it's not the cruise lines. The cruise lines are now waiting. If you look at the framework for sailing from the CDC that they issued, that 40-page document, there's a little segment there that says that there are 42 technical instructions that will be forthcoming. That the cruise lines have to finish all 42 before they're allowed to do their test cruises. Unfortunately, the CDC has not issued any, has not given them the 42. That's what the cruise lines were talking about last week when they said, well, we're still waiting on instructions from the CDC. And the CDC says, well, you know what? No one's applied. None of the cruise lines have applied for a test cruising yet. Yeah, because you haven't given them those technical instructions that they need to finish for the CDC in order to start cruising. And right now, does anyone think that the CDC has any intention on starting cruising right now? We just have a new CLIA chairman was brought on from MSC. We have a brand new head of the CDC issued, a month ago. We have a new president just got into office in under a month. And so all these new people are in charge. And what's the big focus right now from the new presidency? And rightly so. It's, don't get me wrong. This is number one, right? It's 100 million people in the United States vaccinated in 100 days. That's the goal. So that's the concentration right now. So the CDC is concentrating on that. And they have no interest right now in cruise ships. So if you go with the 100 days, we're talking May, then we are, how many months away from that point of issuing conditional sailings and getting test cruises gone and then starting up. Remember, Norwegian just sent a lot of their employees home because they don't think it's starting anytime soon, here in North America, at least. So we have now a waiting game. And it's quite simple until the CDC changes its focus away from just the vaccines, which they're not going to do right now. Cruise ships are in a lurch, and cruise ships are that pushed aside. In fact, more travel restrictions and more bans look like they're coming much faster than having, the cruise ships start their test cruises. There's talk about interprovincial travel on flights, needing a test to do that. They're talking about some border controls. They're talking about, canceling all flights from South Africa and the UK and Brazil until further notice for travel restrictions. They're talking about canceling southern destinations as well. There's all kinds of talk about what possibly can be coming down the road, and not one of those talks is about opening up the cruising industry or travel in any way. In fact, they would prefer zero travel at all for the next 6 months. And that includes flights, that includes hotels, that includes driving from one end of the country to the other, that includes taking a train. They do not want travel right now. They want to have everybody in one place, and preferably everybody stay indoors for a while and wear masks everywhere you go. We'll see if that order eventually comes down in the United States. It's already out in Canada. You need to wear a mask everywhere you go here in Canada, but I know there are still states in the United States that it's only in government buildings. But you can see now it's coming to the transportation system, and who knows, before long it's going to come to stores, restaurants, etc. It could be on its way as well. So that's why we're no test cruises right now. We are waiting for those, technical orders that still haven't actually been given to the cruise lines yet. They're still waiting. So we have a lot longer to wait, unfortunately. I wish I could say that they have that and they've been working on them and they have them ready. Now the cruise lines have guessed what they need. There is some hints, they need to be able to do testing. They need to make sure people are wearing masks. They need to social distance on board. They've all done that. But there's still technical specs, like what kind of sanitation is being used, what kind of filters have to be used, all these other technical things that they haven't been told yet. And they are sitting there waiting for that to come by. And right now, that is way in the rearview mirror of the CDC's focus right now. And it's hard to blame that, really. As much as I want to get on a cruise ship right away, you know what? If we can get 100 million, a third of the population almost of the United States vaccinated in 100 days, that's pretty good. That bodes well for opening everything up and getting a little bit back to normalcy. So, maybe. Now, the cruise lines themselves, when we looked at them late last year and the no condition sailing there, the no sail order was lifted, they expected to have a very minimal start in the first quarter and ramping up to about 70 to 80% of capacity by December of this year. That was their goal. Now the cruise lines are stating, well, we're hoping by the end of the year to be at 30 to 40% capacity of what we were in 2019. So it's gone from 80% to 30%. And even that is way, way off. It's anybody's guess, really. So there's where we stand. That's why you're not seeing test cruises right now. It's not the cruise lines that are not doing things. It's not that. They're just waiting for the instructions from the CDC. And in all honesty, the CDC has bigger fish to fry. And we're not even on the burner yet. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.